So last time we started Mass Effect 2 and recruited 3 new crew members to go against the Reapers. Almost said creepers. I think we're done with Omega. Oh yeah, the FBA couplings. Let's go give those to them.
You're the best, Commander. We just got those FBA couplings installed. Now we only have to calibrate every week instead of every day. We're thinking about celebrating our newfound free time with some Skillian 5 poker. Want to join us?
Come on, Kenneth. The Commander doesn't want to play cards with grease monkeys like us.
Actually, that sounds interesting.
Fantastic. I'll get the cards.
Oh, Jesus.
A friendly game sounds good.
Sure does, but Kenneth takes the game a bit too seriously.
Fuck.
Kenneth takes all again. But that was fun.
You're fired.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Oh yeah, let's explore these little planets here. Why do we buy those probes?
How is our newest Turian crew member doing? His injuries looked painful.
He's been through a lot, and not just physically.
There's something about him. I just want to hold him close and whisper, "It will be all right."
Are you attracted to other species?
Well, part of my job is predicting the motives and feelings of humans and aliens. Intimacy brings understanding. And passion is nice wherever you find it. Character matters, not race or gender. Anything
Hell
else,
yeah.
Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Who the hell am I going to ask for some probes? Well, this is where we use the minerals, so maybe Edie can tell.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Normandy's technical lab, where you can investigate new research upgrades that will improve ship or team performance. All upgrades can be developed in the Normandy's lab, provided you have acquired the necessary resources. You can find these resources by scanning planets or searching while on missions.
Nope.
No messages for you, Commander.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the Combat Information Center. Here, the crew receives sensor data and coordinates gunnery and damage control efforts. While Normandy is flown from the bridge, during combat, the commanding officer issues orders from the CIC.
Guess we could visit Omega for a bit and see if any of the shops sell robes. What about that fuel depot? What is that for? Ah, okay, right there. Fuel. Okay, they're not that expensive. Needed some platinum.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
That should get us the gun upgrade.
Probe away.
Oh no, I think it was the third level. Was it down here? No, just the third level. We have a bunch of side missions to do before we go to the Citadel.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got any upgrade ideas?
A few, yeah. Here, take it. Shepard, need me for something?
What can you tell me about the
The
Normandy?
weapons upgrades have gone in beautifully. This thing packs a hell of a punch. It just might give us a chance against the Collectors.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations. I'll be here if you need me.
Okay, no new dialogue yet. Oh, rich.
Probe away. Launching probe. Probe away. Launching probe.
It's replacing all that platinum that we used for the upgrades.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. Probe away. Probe launched.
Sweet. Hey, 100% explored. Let's go to the Normandy's crash site. Ah, okay, so you use the fuel to travel like this.
We have used half our fuel. Anomaly detected. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Something on our sensors.
Can confirm the wreckage of SSV Normandy. Oh, it's the Mako. And the crew members. Okay, to give off a little shine. No bodies. I mean, something must have taken them out. Probably wouldn't have decomposed that fast in 2 years. In a cold place like this. Just it's pointing at the shuttle. Kind of like a futuristic metro. Spoke to the commander about this. All these damned aliens aboard the Alliance's most advanced ship, I just don't trust them. That damned Asari and a Quarian. What does Shepard think this is, a zoo? Oh, fuck Presley. With Quarian, it seems she's on some kind of pilgrimage trying to improve a lot of her home ship. I can understand that I would babysit my children or anything, but if she has to be on board, I suppose that's not too bad. For a while now, I'm taking a look back at past entries in this journal, how blind I was at the time. I came on this ship firmly believing humanity was on its own in the galaxy. Shepard brought all these aliens on board, and there's no way we could have accomplished what we did without them. I'm proud to say, die for any member of this crew, regardless of what world they were born on. Oh, I had a little change of heart. I wondered if the speech that I did in the first game was good, because I said that we're humanity's only hope, stuff like that. I wonder if there was a speech that could have included the others. Oh. Ah, okay. These have some stuff in them. One over here, there was one back there. Yep. Okay, last dock tag. Is that the marker? That's just pointing us north, or the secondary goal maybe? No, I think it's just a marker for north.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Commander, I wanted to thank you again for saving me from those Batarians. I thought I'd seen the worst of people's anger and fear at Dr. Solus's clinic. I had no idea how much anger his work was keeping in check, how bad it really was. If not for you, I'd be dead. Thank you. The clinic is doing well. You got rid of most of the plague, and I've been able to handle the rest without too much trouble. The Blue Suns keep offering to take over security here. I keep the mechs powered on. I won't make the same mistake twice. Thanks, Daniel. The Alliance was grateful to receive the information you found at Normandy's crash site, and we've sent it out to the affected families. By finding those dock tags, you have provided peace of mind for a lot of people, Commander. I thank you on their behalf.
Probe away. Probe launched.
I'm so happy about that progress. Joan on the left. First game would have desperately needed that.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. launched. Launching probe. Launching probe. In research projects, Element Zero is used for BioAmp and Omni-Tool upgrades, which allow squad members who have biotic and tech powers to be much more effective. Probe away.
Hey, what kind of research did we unlock?
No messages for you, Commander.
Missing one planet. Ah. No need for palladium.
Probe away.
Thank you for the 11 months sub.
Yes.
Lopez, how are you doing?
Probe launched.
We need a lot more Element Zero.
Launching probe.
Oof, nice. I got a couple new job offers today. Waiting to hear about them. I mean, it was okay. Just a blood test. They took about 4 vials of blood from my right arm. My veins are in very good shape, so never trouble finding them or anything.
General distress. General distress. Beacon auto process interrupted at parse point ACO 655321.
I have found something.
Signal scans detected transmitter matching Cerberus encryption. It is registered to an unknown deep cover operative. Cerberus operative's life signs unconfirmed. Other transmissions that match known Eclipse coded communications also detected. Okay, we'll take more than this time. End of shields. I mean, I'll always go for the weapon damage. The first one was okay, but you know, it's the first of the trilogy, so it's pretty bare bones compared to this one. Don't I have Incinerate too? Yeah, I do. Cryoblast is something I don't have though. Neural Shock is a loyalty thing. Wind Cannon. I think Vindicator is the better one. Yeah. In many places it does remind me of Deus Ex, because that the biggest thing in that game was the politics of augmentation and stuff, and in this one there's a lot of politics about aliens.
We've been spotted.
And stay down.
Killed that one. Hit.
This should slow him down. On your six.
Deploy more field. Not difficult.
And stay there.
Need some cover.
The combat definitely feels way better in this. Outer Worlds is such a different genre to this. But I mean, they're both amazing games. They're both sci-fi, that's about as close as they get to each other. But even if you don't play the first Mass Effect game, they give you a really thorough comic thing to catch up with the story. But the positive of playing the first game is that you can import your character for extra rewards in the second game. I'm going to assume the same applies for the third game.
Come on, Eclipse. Grabbing cover. I'll tear you up.
This should slow him down.
Hostiles up ahead. You've got no shield. Dead. Mind over. Get ready to burn. Oh, one down.
Oh. Shake. Always gotta account for that when you're getting shot.
Direct organ trauma.
Cerberus Agent Tyrone Rawlings. Eclipse targeted Agent Rawlings some time ago. We know Rawlings is connected to the encrypted data we acquired. The data would conclusively prove Cerberus' involvement in Rachni experiments. We believe Rawlings possesses a chip cipher that can be used to decrypt the data. Without this cipher, the data could take years for Eclipse to decode. Agent Rawlings proved difficult to capture, having insinuated himself on a ship bound for the Attican Traverse. We had won over the loyalty of the ship's crew, who believed him to be a human dignitary on a mission of discovery. Our own agents managed to disable the ship and hobble its defenses long enough to extract Agent Rawlings. We lost a lot of men to obtain this asset. This data had better be worth the expense. The interrogation has failed. Despite some of our most advanced interrogation techniques, Agent Rawlings managed to evade our questions. When we applied more invasive methods, he proved resistant to those as well. Eventually, Agent Rawlings' resistance caused tempers to flare. We consider it unfortunate that Agent Rawlings did not live to pass on the cipher. We have men working to decipher the encryption now. As long as we control this data, its mere existence remains a powerful tool against Cerberus. Yeah, they were doing a bunch of Rachni experiments in the first game.
Neutralized all hostiles.
This computer contains the encrypted intelligence extracted from the captured Cerberus agent. The information could adversely affect Cerberus if it were ever circulated publicly.
The playing card.
Data received.
I don't think we're doing any good by damaging Cerberus right now. But maybe we can have our way with that data. Oh, ropes are out. No element 0. I keep pressing escape because I did that in the last game. Let's fuel up and buy some probes. Yeah, Mass Effect is kind of regarded as one of the biggest sci-fi games. I know so many people who love this franchise and hate the newer one. I don't know, I heard that they made it a bit better, but the launch was a complete shit show. Yeah, but the launch was like really bad. It was insanely buggy. It was bug ugly too. The models were awful. But yeah, maybe if they've improved it a bit, I might give it a try. Yeah, that's true too. Like, Jesse Cox made a new 5-minute gaming news video about Balan Wonderland, which was a awful game from Square Enix. It was kind of like a basically try to cash in on Mario Odyssey's popularity. And now I think the I can't remember if they're the director or something. The person in charge of making the game
Probe launched.
basically got fired 6 weeks into the production,
Probe away.
and everyone hated the game, so he's actually, I think, suing Square Enix now. Would have been interesting to see what the game was like when if the developer was actually given free reign over it. Oh, another one right next to the sun.
Probe away.
Okay, I think we're done with this system.
Only half our fuel remains.
Oof. We'll have to return for this place when we need more platinum.
Probe away.
Okay, just that one planet here. So can you actually go over the limit? What is the limit?
Probe away.
Guess there isn't a limit then.
Probe away.
I mean, I think we're fine with the resources for now. Just checking out if there's any element 0 or anomalies.
We're out of fuel. Engaging FTL drive for an emergency jump to a fuel station.
Okay, so it uses resources if you run out of the fuel. I guess we'll use the mass relay. Daedalus over there. Investigate Project Overlord. Poor quality planet, no need to even check that.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Element Zero. You want to get that AI hacking.
Dr. Gavin Archer. The situation is urgent. We're facing a catastrophic VI breakout. I'll explain the details later, but you must retract that transmission dish. The controls aren't far from your position. You have to hurry.
Malfunctioning virtual interface.
This is a secure facility. All weapons must be declared upon entry and checked with security personnel on duty.
Over here, on the monitor. There you are. I've locked myself in a computer room on the far side of the base. There are Geth on the loose. A rogue VI program has seized control and I've lost a lot of friends today. I'd hate to see you join them. Please, watch yourself.
Be advised, this is a secure facility. All weapons must be declared upon entry and checked with security personnel on duty. Be advised, this is a secure facility.
Is it trying to
All weapons must be declared upon
put out an announcement that we would put our weapons down?
Memo to all project personnel. I understand there's some concern about handling live Geth. I agree it's a risk, but the potential reward is far greater. Someday your sons and daughters will thank you.
Uh-huh. Typical scientists. Cameras are following us.
This is an automated security update. Gang activity has been detected. Please remain at your workstations until the all-clear is given. Welcome. Today's lunch special is Earth Filet Egg Salad.
Not difficult.
Oh, hold on. Do they? Damn it. Trying to see if those canisters were explosive, like the blood-pack pyros.
We got them all. Hostile. One less to worry about.
Yep. Ah.
Thought I was harmless, did you?
Shit.
Neutralized.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Shooting through that tiny crack.
Heavy weapons.
Yeah, Geth are an easy enemy since I've got this disruptor ammo.
Memo to all project personnel. Congratulations on your hard work. Tomorrow we make the next leap forward. It'll be a great day for Cerberus and an even greater day for humanity. Memo to all project personnel. Congratulations on your hard work. Tomorrow we make the next leap forward. It'll be a great day for Cerberus.
Is there still something here?
Damn it all. He's aligning the dish to a new upload target. He'll have a clear line of sight to our satellite. This is going to be tight.
Arriving at dish access. Attention. Satellite broadcast window is opening soon. All upload data must be approved by your department supervisor.
Hostiles to the right.
Attention. Satellite broadcast window is opening soon.
This is Project Overlord with an emergency message to Cerberus Command. We've experienced a catastrophic security failure and are requesting assistance. What do you mean our outgoing comms are jammed? How can it do that?
It's not just a VI. I mean, it sounds more like an AI. Ah, shit. Does Rocket get on the catwalk?
Enemies on our left! Watch the road! Got no shield!
Shit. Wasn't expecting that Geth Prime.
You need to destroy the support struts now. They have their own capacitors. Try blowing them up.
Warning. Structural integrity of dish has been compromised.
There we go!
Fire imminent.
Holy shit, they're angry.
Watch for drone.
You've got to be kidding. Move! The whole thing's giving way!
You could have probably warned us about this a bit.
Over here! What the hell is going on around here?
Man's reach exceeding his grasp. Come on, I'll explain.
Goddamn scientists.
You have my thanks, Commander Shepard. You bought us some time, though probably not much. This isn't over yet.
Who did you say you were?
Dr. Gavin Archer, chief scientist at this facility, and probably the only one left.
You owe us that explanation.
This is Project Overlord, an attempt to gain influence over the Geth by interfacing a human mind with a VI. The results have been less than satisfactory.
It looks like some progress was made.
Yes. Even amid chaos, there are lessons to be learned. My brother, David, volunteered to serve as a test subject, but his mind couldn't handle the VI connection. He's like a virus now, infecting our networks and seizing control of any technology he finds. It's why you had to destroy the dish. Imagine if his program got off-world.
You should have considered that before you started the experiment.
We couldn't be expected to account for every outcome. Certainly not the abomination David has become. David, the VI has fortified itself in the main laboratory at Atlas Station. It's in lockdown now. To enter, you need to manually override security from our facilities in the Prometheus and Vulcan stations.
How does the lockdown work?
It's a fail-safe procedure in the event of an emergency. Normally, all 3 project leads have to agree to cancel the lockdown. I'm the only one left now. I can give my authorization, but you'll have to manually reset the other 2 yourself.
What happens if I have to kill your brother?
Let's just hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah, it will.
Tell me about the Vulcan and Prometheus stations.
Vulcan Station is our geothermal plant. It generates power for the 4 outposts. Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines. We use them for our experiments.
What happens on this station?
This is Hermes Station, our communications uplink with the wider galaxy. If you hadn't destroyed the dish in time, the outcome would have been catastrophic.
What went wrong with the experiment?
David volunteered to interface with the VI to give it genuine consciousness. Theoretically, it should have been safe, but with artificial intelligence, there's no such thing as safe.
Then you shouldn't have attempted it.
And what if you'd never attempted to find the Reapers, Commander Shepard? Where would the galaxy be then? Sometimes you have to ignore the risks.
Yeah, but have some fucking safety precautions.
Tell me more about Project Overlord.
We wanted to turn the Geth's religious impulse into a weapon. When we saw them following Saren, we realized they could be swayed. And if a proper figurehead was created, a virus with a face, if you will, the Geth might be controlled.
That's an ambitious
A
undertaking.
religious leader AI, that sounds fucking
Victory
great.
without casualties. We could avoid war with the Geth altogether. That was the plan, anyway.
What can you tell me about Atlas Station?
Atlas Station is the main laboratory where all of our VI experiments take place. It's your final goal once you've overridden the lockdown. It's also where my brother became something else.
I'm heading out now.
The other stations are all within driving distance. Best of luck, Commander. to find Vulcan and Prometheus stations and override the lockdown from each facility. Doesn't matter which one you hit first, but you can't enter Atlas Station until you've dealt with both. Also, keep an eye out for Cerberus security mechs. The VI has likely taken control of them. Archer out.
We get to control a hovercraft in this, instead of a car. No idea what that button does. Oh, the environments look so much better.
Geographic conditions indicate an aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note.
Thanks. Like the AI in Subnautica. Oh, it's so much faster than the Mako. Okay, not that way, I guess. Sounds like gunshots.
Commander Shepard, Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment.
Oh,
People have
crap.
gone silent. It's likely the VI has activated the defense shields to...
Scanning area. Analysis. Generators are providing power for main shield. Warning, the VI infection has assumed control of the Geth cannon.
Oh, great.
Warning, we are being targeted.
Oh, shit.
Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location.
Ah.
Recommend evasive maneuvers.
Oh, shit.
We are being targeted.
Wait, why am I on fire?
Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location. Recommend evasive maneuvers. Warning, we are being targeted.
Okay, we need to actually destroy them ourselves.
Shields disabled. You may now target the Geth cannon. Warning, Geth cannon is locking on our location. No further threats detected. Entry into the ship is now clear.
That's all of them.
Attention visitors. This Cerberus facility contains hazardous AI technology. You agree to assume all liability for personal injuries or death
lovely.
Hanging around all these dormant machines is creepy. It's like death staring at us from the shadows. I'd rather work at Vulcan Station.
VI needs to get a better mic.
Lanigan just ran a simulation. If these Geth ever wake up, there's a 98% chance we'll be dead within 2 minutes. I'm starting to hate Lanigan. Halloween was yesterday. Lanigan ran around wearing spare Geth parts. Spooked the shit out of everyone. Now I definitely hate him.
Anything else this way? A lot of inactive Geth. Oh, Kyo. How are you doing? I played this when I was like... I played the second game like 8 years ago. I don't remember anything about this, but yeah, it's basically my first playthrough of the trilogy.
Everything's off wire. Archer declared a lockdown, but our station's already infected. What does the VI want? It keeps screaming at us. Nobody understands. The VI's closing some passages and leaving others open. It's like it's hurting us. At least the Geth are still dormant.
To all Cerberus personnel, in an effort to reduce workplace stress, music has been approved for station-wide broadcast.
Scanning area. Analysis. The objective is located on the far side of this impasse.
Nothing there.
There's the catch. I knew this was too easy. Come on, let's move.
Hostile gas activity detected. Armed response is authorized. Cerberus reminds all personnel that this emergency is now classified information. Disclosure to outside parties is a violation of your confidentiality agreement.
God damn it.
Get nodes 7 through 14 are now active. Emergency action required.
Heavy weapons. Concussive shot ready.
Attention. This is a gas stasis alert. Neural activity detected in nodes 1 through 6.
Simple enough.
Understood. That's one!
Has been declared. This ship is now quarantined.
Moving in.
Hostile engaged.
Of course.
You got it. Concussive shot ready.
No. Just died standing up. Oh fuck. Walk right into that.
Get ready to fight.
Big boy.
Enemy combat drone.
I'm on it.
Indeed.
Got hostile drone.
Enemies in front. Just the thing to help.
Understood.
Moving in. What?
Fire a high impact shot.
One more station.
Commander, that was a daring piece of work. Prometheus Station was a success. You still need to go to Vulcan Station and override the lockdown from there. Good luck.
Geographic conditions indicate an aesthetically pleasing view nearby. Organic life forms may wish to take note.
What is that? I can't get out of the hammerhead. Maybe it's repairs if I'm low on HP or something. Get fucked.
Commander, this is Archer. I advise extreme caution. Vulcan Station is our geothermal plant. They stopped reporting in shortly after the experiment.
Scanning area. Analysis. VI infection is present within plant machinery. Advise caution. Scanning area. Analysis. Venting stations provide adequate velocity to enhance vehicle lift.
Oh. Okay. The right click collects. What is it called? Oh, mine. I thought that meant like an explosive.
Scanning area. Analysis. Debris field provides adequate support for vehicle.
A little bit of Frogger.
Thruster velocity is inadequate to clear the wall ahead.
Ah, used to be a dedicated spot that you can climb out in.
Warning. Automated controls are offline. Core systems have been compromised.
God damn, they scream loudly.
Warning.
Engineer's log. We've registered a huge spike in energy consumption. My technicians traced it to the experiment underway at Atlas Station. We're trying to raise them now.
Warning. Pressure levels in valve A3 have exceeded maximum threshold. Manual control is required.
Hold on.
Venting outflow successful.
Oh shit. Whoop.
Warning. Pressure levels in valve D4 have exceeded maximum threshold. Manual control is required.
Try to figure out which brings us forward and which is extra. Jesus Christ, the screaming. Oh, I could have taken them out like that. That looks like the right way to go, so let's go here.
Shield.
Received an SOS from Atlas Station. Archer has declared a project emergency. We're trying to shut down the power generators to starve the VI, but it's already hacked our automated systems. I'm ordering my people to sabotage the plant any way they can.
They've seen us.
Calm down.
Not difficult.
I really like fighting against these mechs. Very satisfying to blow their heads off. It's but a scratch.
Are you receiving this? Commander Shepard, this is Dr. Archer. Please respond.
I hear you, Doctor. We've hit the override at Vulcan Station and are moving on. Shepard out.
Commander, you've done it. The lockdown has been cancelled. You can now breach Atlas Station and end this nightmare.
An emergency Cerberus data packet has been recovered. It contains information on Project Overlord that other research cells need to review. Be alert for more packets in the area.
Oh fuck. There's 5 of those things still. Guess there's none down there.
Threat detection. Enemy units nearby. Another Cerberus data packet has been recovered. 4 more remain. Geographic conditions indicate an aesthetically pleasing view packet has been recovered. 2 more remain.
I'm guessing that they're all in this area.
Hostile activity detected. Another Cerberus data packet has been recovered. 1 more remains. Initiating emergency reset.
Hey, we can't go there at all. Oh, that's the last one.
Another Cerberus data packet has been recovered. All data packets have been recovered.
upload its program directly from your location. Get to the server room and shut down the core before it can...
Shut to RE.
Archer log 155.2. For years, my brother's condition has been a handicap. That changed today. His autistic mind is the breakthrough I've been looking for. He can communicate with the Geth. Such a tremendous grasp of mathematics. It seems serendipity is alive and well in the 22nd century.
Yeah, it won't let us go there.
Archer log 157.8. Unless he sees results, the elusive man is shutting us down next week. I have no choice. I'm going to tap David directly into the Geth neural network and see if he can influence them. The danger should be negligible. David might even enjoy it.
He did not volunteer.
Arriving at level 2. Resetting elevator. Resetting elevator. Resetting elevator. Arriving at level 3. Arriving at level 5. Arriving at level 7.
We've been spotted.
What?
Arriving at level 6. Please contact facility support. This elevator is not in service. Please choose another. Smoke detected. Please extinguish all cigarettes. This is a no
Jesus.
His autistic mind is as alien to me as an actual alien. Anything could happen when we plug him in. But I have to try, don't I?
I mean, how heavily autistic?
This is valuable.
Warning. Decelerator offline. Serious injury may occur.
Get ready. I wouldn't be surprised if this button summoned a Reaper.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
Time on this project is running out. There are no options left. How to get the Geth's attention?
The robot says hello.
Eureka, David. You're a miracle worker. David, I want you to order the Geth to take a step forward.
How does he do it?
David is a mathematical savant. His autistic mind can interpret the Geth language at its most basic form and mimic their phonetics, with his photographic memory cross-referencing the meaning as a snap. He's literally a human computer.
And you think he can interface with the Geth's neural network?
I do.
Is that even safe, Doctor?
I see no harm in finding out.
Square root of 906.01 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2.
David, can you repeat my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Square root of 918.09 is 30.3.
David, please pay attention.
Loud. It's getting loud in here.
I'm sorry, you didn't deserve that. Would you mind repeating my notes from Thursday's experiment?
Log 137.3. The experiment yielded no discernible patterns of Geth obedience. End dictation now, David. Hell, the elusive man will have my head for this.
Thank you. And how are you feeling today?
Square root of 924.16 is 30.4. Earplugs would be good.
So pretty heavily autistic.
30.1 is 30.1. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. We're ready. Open a connection to the Geth network. Quiet! David, no! Tell the Geths to stand down! Quiet, please make it stop!
Oh shit.
Station to cut all power!
It's too late. We've lost control.
Attempting to establish upload link. Connection lost.
David! You have to stop this!
David doesn't want to be here.
Attempting to establish upload link. Connection lost. Connection lost.
David! Calm down! I can make all this go away if you'll let me!
Quiet, please make it stop.
Attempting to establish upload link. Connection lost. Connection lost. Attempting to establish upload link. Connection lost. Connection lost.
Quiet! Please make it stop!
Jesus Christ.
Quiet. Please make it stop. Wait! Commander! I'm begging you. Don't do anything rash.
You told me that David volunteered.
By necessity. If I told you the truth, you would have shut me down and not him. It's not like I planned this. It was an accident. Seeing David communicate with the Geth, it all seemed harmless.
I saw his memory. He begged you not to do this.
I was desperate. The Elusive Man doesn't broker failure. Any war we fight with the Geth will be bloody. I was asked to find a way to avoid that.
Did anything useful come out of all this?
Yes. Despite the setbacks, we've proven the Geth can be controlled. If my work spares 1 million mothers mourning the loss of 1 million sons, my conscience will rest easy.
Cerberus will never leave him alone. Your brother will always be a lab rat.
You're a well cared for lab rat. At least he'd still be alive.
So you'll sacrifice your brother's happiness for your own ambition.
Square root of 906.01 equals 30.1. What I've done to David is unethical. If he dies, it's unforgivable. Let me take care of him. Please. Quiet. Please, make it stop.
I've seen enough of your cruelty to know he'll never be free from it here. I'm taking him away.
No, leave him! He's too valuable!
You even think about coming after your brother, and this bullet will be waiting for you. Then we'll see who's valuable.
Where will you take him?
Grissom Academy. They can help special cases like David, minus the torture. Joker, contact the Academy and let them know we've got someone who needs their help.
Aye, aye, Commander.
The Elusive Man can fire me if he doesn't like it.
Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless. Square root of 912.04 is 30.2. It all seemed harmless.
That was fucking awful, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've actually, my mom is a nurse, so there was a time when I got to visit this little campsite that housed a lot of autistic people. And yeah, autism is a spectrum, and some people can lack like a lot of social skills, but they'll be really amazing at a certain skill.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Have logged and begun decryption of the data you recovered from the Eclipse base on Lorek. Preliminary searches show that the information pertains to illicit operation in which Cerberus was involved over the past 5 years. Should this information be released, it would severely hinder Cerberus' ability to operate openly in the galaxy. It will take me a year or more to completely decrypt this information. Shepard had a family on a colony that got hit. I used some contacts with the Reds and found a couple of people who said they could get you this message. You might not have much use for me. You spent too much time with the damn aliens, pretending your time in the gangs back on Earth never happened. I know you weren't happy when I found you at the Citadel a couple years back, but I'm glad you're on this. I hope you find whoever took my people on Freedom's Progress and kick their scaly asses. I'm glad it's a human finding these bastards. I'm glad it's you. You're the Red Sprout. Ugh. Yeah, but I understand you've taken Dr. Archer's brother to Grissom Academy. I'm familiar with their work. It should be a good home for him. I don't condone Dr. Archer's actions, but they did provide a breakthrough we've been sorely lacking thus far. We'll likely never find another individual with David's unique talents. Though your decision is understandable, it has set our efforts to understand the Geth back several years. I guess we'll move out.
Probe away. Probe launched. Probe launched. Launching probe. Launching probe. Fuel at 1/2 capacity.
Wonder if there's any changes to Garrus. His gave it much earlier. So normal. Is it that there will be a certain point that will, maybe a mission or something that will turn that? Recruit the warlord. I think I have a guess on who that is. Nice, first level of AI hacking.
The dossier doesn't say if Okeer is on this planet by choice. Assume hostiles.
There is only one measure of success. Kill or be killed. Perfection is your goal.
Maybe not.
Someone likes the sound of their voice.
Stay focused. We're looking for a Krogan warlord.
Nope. It's definitely who I think it is.
Being hired is merely the beginning. You must earn your place in the mighty army we are building.
Lookout position. Equipped for combat.
Headshot!
Scratch one!
Shit. I won't stop bleeding. I'm gonna... Son of a bitch.
Doesn't look that bad, actually.
He doesn't need to know that.
I knew it wasn't berserkers. Not at range. You're Mercs, or Alliance. I'm not telling you anything.
I've got a nice application of Metagel ready to go. But if you'd rather I just keep walking.
Son of a bitch. I don't know anything. I just shoot the overflow from the labs. The old Krogan up there, he's really been cleaning house lately. Jador hired him to make her an army, but the Krogan he creates are insane. So we use them for live ammo training. It's all crap. I don't get paid enough to goddamn bleed out.
Outpost 4, Jador wants us to move. We need coordinates on that Krogan pack.
You heard the man on the radio? He needs direction.
I don't have the info they want. You showed up before I could get my normal sightings.
You have other problems.
Patrol, pack sighting east of Station 2. Yeah.
Copy. East of 2.
Son of a bitch. They'll run blind into Krogan.
Have you seen Okeer? Does he know about all of this?
We can't go in the labs, but everyone sees what happens when the Krogan come out. I've shot hundreds. They're crazy, mindless. Anyone up there, they know what's going on.
What's Jador planning to do with all these Krogan?
Replace us, probably. I sure wouldn't want to see an army of them coming at me. Only she can't control them. They aren't supposed to be crazy, but they're Krogan. How smart are they to start?
Is Jador's lab heavily guarded?
There are big guns to keep ships away. We're not outfitted to fight goddamn commandos.
If you start limping now, you might find a shady spot before you bleed out.
Shit. Oh, shit. Oh.
Adding insult to injury, literally. Necessary.
Maybe not. Felt good, though. Come on. Our warlord is somewhere in Jador's lab.
Training is part of your contract. Failure to perform means liquidation, legal and otherwise.
Stay sharp. Concussive shot ready. Impressive.
Here.
Enjoy. Concussive shot ready.
Oh shit.
We'll avoid direct fire. Not difficult. Headshot.
The Krogans are your example and your warning. As ferocious as they are, failures are expendable.
Oh, that's Rex.
You are different.
Or not?
You don't smell like this world. 7 night cycles, and I have felt only the need to kill. But you Something makes me speak.
Night cycles. 7 days.
Maybe they're making clones out of Rex.
They must breed them full size, ready to kill. Not much improvement over regular mercs if they need training.
Bred to kill. No. I kill because my blood and bone tell me to. But it's not why I was flushed from Glass Mother. Survival is what I hear in my head. Against the enemy that threatens all my kind. But I failed, even before waking. That is what the voice in the water said. That is why I wait here.
You're supposed to be part of a mercenary army. Do you remember J'dor?
I know that name. It causes anger, but also laughter. It is not a name that will be sung when we march. I don't know what that means, but I have heard it many times.
How can you speak if you're only a week old?
There was a scratching sound in my head, and it became the voice. It taught things I would need. Walking, talking, hitting, shooting. Then the voice said I was not perfect, and the teaching stopped. And now I am here.
Interesting. Raised, then rejected. Control group? Failed test?
I don't know, but I am not perfect.
Okir's voice? Did he speak to you while you were in your tank?
I heard the voice, not like now, with ears. Inside. I called it Father. It like that, but it was disappointed. I'm not what it needs me to be.
A breeding program? Trying to escape genophage effects?
Escape. Escape was never whispered. Survive, resist, ignore.
I destroyed Saren's cure. How does Okir expect these Krogan to ignore the genophage if not by curing it?
Uncertain. Likely irrelevant. Appears Okir has had no success.
How did you disappoint the voice?
I don't know. It was decided before I left Tank Mother. I was not perfect.
If Mercenary was correct, Krogan prone to mental instability.
I don't know of that, but I'm not perfect.
Can you show me the laboratory? I need to speak with Okir.
The Glass Mother. She is up, past the broken parts, behind many of you fleshy things. I will show you.
Glad he's friendly.
You fleshy things are slow when big things are in your way.
Can you show us the way? Help us fight to the lab?
No.
A Krogan refusing to fight?
I will fight if they come, but I feel it deep that I must wait. I kill, but only here. I am not perfect, but I have purpose. I must wait until called, released.
That is sad as fuck.
Not a lot of room to maneuver. Stay sharp.
They're loose! Run for your damn life! They're all...
Oof.
Just the thing to help.
Who authorized that Krogan release? Okir?
Oh. It fell down.
That one hit!
Deploying incineration tech.
Lost shield.
should burn through any armor.
Get ready for close combat!
Just looking to help. Should burn nicely.
Fire in the hole! Enemy charging!
Shields are down.
Close combat. Problematic.
Krogan took down the grid. We're blind and getting hit on all sides. Where are the heavies? Krogan on our 6. Copy, goddammit! Where's Jador and her personal guard?
We can use this.
Nice. More sniper damage.
Get ready to fight.
Wait, why were they firing at each other?
Here. Enjoy.
Direct organ trauma.
One less to worry about.
Got it.
Berserkers are going down, but the outsider commandos are still incoming. Repeat, still incoming.
Should burn nicely.
Branch one. Perfect.
I need everyone out of the labs to fight this. Every floor, every outpost, move!
Impressive.
What do you mean Jador's holding the mechs? She'll lose all our toys if we don't get back up. Concentrate fire on my position! Concentrate on... Ah! Someone get her off the speakers and out here!
Concussive shot ready.
Nice synchronized stand-up.
It's me, Shepard.
Oh, I shot through Garrus.
And stay down.
Shepard, don't shoot. You know me. I shut down the security cams as soon as I saw it was you. Never thought I'd say it, but I'm glad it's you shooting up the place. Sorry, Rana Thanoptis. You let me go when you destroyed Saren's lab on Vermeer.
Oh.
Had to outrun a nuke in a utility pod, but it's still a second chance.
I assume you have a good reason for being at this lab.
Don't worry, I'm not wasting the chance you gave me. My work here, strictly beneficial. Not for the mercs. Jador's on a standard power trip. But Okeer is trying to do something good, even if his methods are a little extreme. Everyone deserves a second chance, right? And sometimes giving one pays off. I take care of my debts.
What's Okeer trying to do here?
It's complicated. Jador wants a private army, but Okeer mostly ignores her. He's running the project for his own reasons. I created a mental imprint routine to educate his tank bred. Most don't get through it. He dumps them for some reason. He wants to help his people, but he's not looking for a genophage cure, and he's not going for numbers. That's all I know.
Finding you in a place like this makes me think letting you go was a mistake. You don't want that.
We agree on that. Don't worry. I plan on staying as far away from anything to do with you as possible. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna run like hell before you blow the place or something. I know how you work.
Should have killed her. Too much knowledge without ethical boundaries.
Hope that we meet her in the third game as well.
Here you are. I've watched your progress. It's about time. The batteries on these tanks will not wait while you play with these idiotic mercs.
Not the smartest way to greet the heavily armed group that just kicked in your door.
I'm sure whoever sent you doesn't want me dead. No one looks for me without a motive. Certainly not the deceased Shepard. Surprised. Old Krogan should know you. I'm sure Rana has already revisited your actions on Vermeer.
I'm sure you're eager to retell the story.
Such a tale. Saren, the Spectre traitor, threatens the return of the Krogan horde by curing the genophage, undoing the gentle genocide of the Turians and Solarians. But before Saren can deliver his endless troops, in rides Shepard, securing victory through nuclear fire. I like that part. It has weight.
I make no apologies. It was the most efficient solution.
But I approve. Saren's pale horde were not true Krogan. Numbers alone are nothing. The mistake of an outsider, one that these mercenaries have also made. I gave their leader my rejects for her army, but she grows impatient. It's time for you to take me out of here.
Personal issues irrelevant. Here for the collectors.
I see. Yes, collector attacks have increased. A human concern. My requests were focused elsewhere. I acquired the knowledge to create one pure soldier. With that, I will inflict upon the Genophage the greatest insult an enemy can suffer. To be ignored.
Your search for the perfect soldier created a lot of failures. You don't care about them?
I failed no one. My rejects are exactly what Jador asked for. She simply lacks the ability to command. They are strong, healthy, and useless to me. I need perfection. If a few thousand are rejected, so be it. My work will purify the Krogan. We will not be restored. We will be renewed.
I thought the Krogan ideal was a return to the numbers that threatened the galaxy.
We will not need numbers. My soldier is a template. It is a greater threat than all the Phantom siblings that would have been at its flank. The galaxy still bears the scars of the Horde, but it will learn to fear the Lance.
You're just as cruel and manipulative as those who released the Genophage on your people.
Perhaps, but I will restore the Krogan, and my soldier will not provoke a nuclear response as a cure or Horde would. My legacy is perfection, with each pure Krogan reaching higher by standing on our dead. They will exceed, but not forget.
What did you get from the Collectors? I need whatever you know about them.
They are strange, so isolated, yet very available when your sacrifice is big enough. I gave them mini Krogan. I may have information for you, but the tech was consumed in my prototype, after I determined how to use it without killing the subjects. The deaths were unfortunate, but I only need one success to start the process.
So you don't want to cure the Genophage?
Contrary to what survivors claim, the Genophage does not produce strong Krogan. The only quality it filters is the ability to survive the Genophage. For every 1,000 stillborn, too many weaklings live. Every survivor is branded as precious. That's produced more cuddling than your collective human teats. I say, let us carry the Genophage. Let 1,000 die in a clutch. We will defeat it by climbing atop our dead. That is the Krogan way.
If your pet soldier is as strong as you think, maybe I can use him.
Perhaps I can strike a deal to secure passage. But my prototype is not negotiable. It is the key to my legacy.
Attention! I have traced the Krogan release. Okeer, of course. I'm calling blank slate on this project. Gas these commandos and start over from Okeer's data. Flush the tanks.
She's that weak-willed. She'll kill my legacy with a damn valve. Shepard, you want information on the Collectors? Stop her. She'll try to access contaminants in the storage bay.
Sorry, Doctor. It appears your position has just weakened.
I understand, but you'll have nothing if she poisons us all. Jador will be with the rejected tanks. Kill her. I will stay and do what must be done.
Charlie. They've seen us.
Moving in.
Understood.
Oh, I don't think I have the skill to hack that big of a mech.
Krogan incoming.
Burn through any armor.
Of course. Understood.
Brody, what the fuck are you doing over there? And he's down. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Break them, kill them, I'll create more!
Not a problem. Affirmative.
No! Impossible!
Alarms in the lab? What's that Krogan doing up there?
Shepard, the lab alarms coincided with the system's failure. The remaining lab systems are unprotected, and I have gained limited access. According to lab scanners, the room is flooded with toxins and Okir's personal life signs are failing rapidly. I recommend haste.
Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress. Contamination detected. Emergency vent in progress.
If I knew why the Collectors wanted humans, I would tell you. But everything is in my prototype. My legacy is pure. This one soldier. This grunt. Perfect.
Oh shit.
Why would someone so fanatical sacrifice himself for one Krogan?
Delusional. Unlikely one Krogan, however strong, could have impact Okir wanted. Am almost certain. Suggest leaving it.
Afraid he'll make your genophage obsolete?
No, but Krogan genetically dangerous, socially dangerous as well. Have enough enemies without adding this.
Normandy, Okir is a no-go, but we have a package that needs retrieval. And he's a big one.
So it wasn't the Rex.
Study makes sense, but I have concerns about waking it.
Yeah, you've said that a few times now.
A normal Krogan is dangerous. This one was created and likely educated by a madman.
I see everyone's enjoying the new paperweight. Concerns?
We don't know anything about it, Commander.
Edie, how quickly can the cargo hold be vented to space if there's an issue?
28 seconds, Shepard.
And if anyone else is in the hold at the time?
I'm not saying we take a crowbar to it right now, but I'm not giving up a potential resource.
It's your decision, Commander. Just be careful.
Noted. The cargo hold is safe enough while I decide what to do with them.
Any extra thoughts?
Commander, can I help you with something?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the
They
Collectors?
spec'd this ship to the original Normandy, but you were there. The Collectors cut her like butter. This armor just isn't top of the line anymore. People will die if we don't upgrade. Alliance had some new toys in secret dev before I left. I could try and pull a few favors.
Sweet. I gotta talk to more people.
Commander, can I help you with something?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
If Morden's modifications hold up, we've got a shot. If they don't, we're dead. Seems like that was always a strong possibility, though. Anything else, Commander?
What do you think of the state of the crew?
We don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
We've got the best armor available. The rest is outside my expertise, Commander.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. Have to say you run this ship tight, and we're getting things done. We keep on track and maybe we'll figure this out. I hope so. I'm not looking forward to the debrief if it all goes to hell. Is there something specific? Or are you just checking in?
I heard you were big in the Alliance. Figured we have something in common.
I did some things that caught attention and stirred up the Citadel. That was after the Alliance put me on leave, though. Didn't drive a Mako through a relay or take down a Reaper, but you covered that.
You make no apologies for doing what you had to. I admire that.
I couldn't go back to the Alliance, not after the cover-up. They did the same to you. General public never knew you were dead or heard the real story of the Citadel. Did you know they used you on recruitment ads? You were the human ideal for like 6 months. Then they replaced you with a composite image they invented. Guess you didn't focus test right. You were actually the Alliance poster boy, and they still dumped you.
I don't like it, but I can see benefit in keeping some things from the public.
Maybe. And Cerberus isn't exactly transparent either. Where's an honest soldier go, Shepard?
Right here?
I guess so. Glad I'm not in your chair, though. Gonna be a rough ride. I should get back to work. Good talking to you, Shepard.
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on other ways to prepare for the Collectors?
Ideas, yes. Expensive, but possibly valuable. Can show you.
Tech power damage, sure.
Shepard, how can I help?
Any ideas on
Sorry,
other ways?
have done what I can. Focusing on studying collector tech now.
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Is the lab working well for you?
Quite satisfactory. Found a few surveillance bugs. Destroyed most of them. Returned expensive one to Miranda. Nothing unexpected. Just need more samples. More collector data, tissue samples, anything you can get, I can use. Find new tech.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, would like that actually. Talked about work earlier. Time with Special Tasks Group studying genophage. Wasn't entirely honest. Lie of omission. Also, other kinds. Need to clear the air. Mission too important to keep secrets. Work on genophage was more than just study.
I had a feeling you were holding something back.
Apologies, classified information, but you've earned the full story. Need to know me, what I can do, what I did. Wasn't lying completely. Initially just did recon, but uncovered data. Troubling. Krogan population was increasing at faster rate than expected. Krogan were adapting to genophage, overcoming disease.
Did the Krogan evolve, or did some of their scientists develop a treatment?
Krogan scientists? Never met Krogan scientist worthy of term. No. Natural evolution. Krogan physiology incredibly durable. Organ redundancy, backup systems, cellular regeneration. Genophage like any other natural hazard. Krogan evolved past it.
Yeah, the Patriarch mentioned that someone crushed one of their hearts.
Maybe they were just having a lucky year. Or fewer mercs left, meaning more Krogan were left to repopulate.
Please, Shepard. Social environmental concerns accounted for. Not an undergraduate. Population spike caused by adaptation to genophage. No other possibility.
The Krogan are dangerous enough already. With an unchecked birth rate, they could endanger the whole galaxy.
Exactly. Solarian government agreed. Authorized STG to take steps. Personally led a science team. Geneticists, chemists, sociologists, mathematicians. Created new version of genophage. Released it on Tuchanka, other Krogan-centric areas. Restabilized Krogan population.
You never considered other options?
Hundreds. Thousands. Modified genophage offered best outcome. Stabilized population, avoided publicity that could incite Krogan anger, averted potential genocide, or devastating war. Best solution for whole galaxy, Krogan included.
Well, there was a second genophage.
How did you distribute the modified genophage?
Covert drops, hospitals, clan centers, water supplies. Very difficult. Few Solarians on Tuchanka. Team got caught a few times. Had to fight free. Messy. Better when things went as planned.
How did your genophage modification work?
Krogan evolution attached garbage genetic code to genophage attack sites. Modification created other areas for garbage code to connect. Left sites clean, capable, running smoothly.
I doubt you told many people about this, Mordin. I appreciate you letting me know.
Wanted you to know I'm willing to do what's necessary. Should get back to work. Talk more later. Next time tissue synthesis has to compile. Good for free time.
Is it true we have a pod containing a baby Krogan down in the cargo hold?
Not a baby. He's a full-grown super soldier, ready for combat.
Please be careful if you decide to birth him. His personality is completely unknown. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
I drop you. What a dick.
Your trust is well placed, Kelly.
I knew it would be. Thank you, Shepard. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Hadley, I heard about Ferris Fields. Any news on your brother?
He's gone. They're all gone. But we'll get them back.
Shepard and Lawson are on it. We'll get your brother back. And make sure the Collectors pay for taking him.
Commander.
I assume everything is going well up here?
I really want a chance to put the Normandy through her paces. I just have to trim up the drive output and it'll be like we never lost her.
Safety standards advise against manipulating drive settings while engines are powered and in use, Mr. Moreau.
Commander, can we shut this thing off? I don't need it in my day-to-day.
If you don't want to hear it, turn the damn sound off.
Well, it doesn't change anything. It's still watching. Like some creepy kid staring at the back of your head in comp side. You just want to punch him, but he's special and he sets fires or something.
Jesus Christ.
Farther, but you know what I mean.
Your problem, not mine.
Thanks. I'll remember this.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade. And as for the crew, you'd have to ask a people person.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. It seems like Garrus has finally worked that stick out of his butt, but now he's trying to beat guys to death with it. I can't believe I like the old Garrus better. No surprise, Mordin acts superior to everyone, like he's got tenure at FU. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Ever think about the old Normandy and the trouble we got up to?
Yeah, those seem like the good old days now, but come on, it was hell at the time. Geth, Saren, Sovereign, and then we got dumped. We're stuck in a weird place, sure, but back then it wasn't all sunshine and bunnies.
What happened to the rest of the old crew? I heard most survived.
Almost did. Presley didn't. The rest of us just sort of drifted apart. The Alliance didn't care. I don't think they liked all the non-humans in your crew. We were your team, Commander. With the Normandy destroyed and you gone, there wasn't much keeping us together.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Wondering if there was something to do there because Shepard was turning that way. increases damage by 50% against armor, improves sniper rifles for entire squad. Increasing the tungsten content of slugs and recalibrating the weapon's computer greatly improves penetration against heavily armored targets. Hell yeah. In case of Krogans, okay, let's go talk to the other people.
Shepard, need me for something?
What can you tell me about the Normandy's armaments?
The weapons upgrade, it just might give us a chance against the Collectors.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibration.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need.
Nothing with Garrus yet.
How may I help you, Commander?
I'll see you later, Doctor.
Commander.
AI core.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Have you got any ideas for potential upgrades we could make?
A few ideas, yeah. Here, take a look.
The Androids Group's proprietary Argus planet scan technology has been integrated into the ship systems. This will greatly speed up the planet's scanning progress. Sure.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
What exactly are your duties, aside from keeping an eye on me?
I'm the Elusive Man's agent. You're his most important asset. My job is to make sure you succeed. Aside from that, I send regular reports to the Elusive Man, updating our status.
You have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'm just finishing an operation report. I'm impressed, Shepard. So far things have gone exceptionally well. As Cerberus operations go, this is one of the best I've been a part of.
Cerberus obviously has your loyalty. How did you get involved with them?
I suppose you've earned the right to know. Do you remember when I told you how I was genetically altered? Well, that wasn't my choice. My father created me. He's a very influential man and extremely controlling. He didn't want a daughter. He wanted a dynasty. I ran away as soon as I was old and brave enough. I went to Cerberus because I knew they could protect me.
How bad were the terms you and your father parted on?
Shots were fired.
Oof.
You seem capable of defending yourself. Why did you need Cerberus?
My father invested a great deal in his dynasty. It wasn't a matter of just leaving. I knew he would continue to pursue his investments.
I assume that Cerberus approved of your enhanced abilities?
Of course. Cerberus fully endorses anything that advances the cause of humanity. Genetic alterations included. But unlike my father and his own selfish reasons, Cerberus and the Elusive Man believe in a greater good. They see the bigger picture, and I feel like I have a purpose here.
You talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used. By your father? By Cerberus?
Maybe. I like to know where I fit in the world. It helps me find meaning in how I was created.
You are who you are, Miranda. You don't need to make excuses for it.
That's easy for you to say. We've both been engineered for greatness, Shepard. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
Your spirit and personality are what make you great. It's what makes anyone great.
That's kind of you. I'm not sure I believe you, but thanks for saying it.
Who exactly is your father?
A businessman, but a very wealthy one. It's ironic. My father believed deeply in a human-positive agenda. He donated generously to Cerberus before I joined them. That's how I first heard about Cerberus, through my father's connections.
You talk about yourself like you're just a tool to be used. By your father? By Cerberus?
Maybe. I like to know where I fit.
You are who you are.
That's easy. The difference is you were great before we rebuilt you. I'm great because of it.
You've told me a lot about your father. What happened to your mother?
I never had one. Most of my genetic material is based on my father's tissue. His Y chromosome was altered with an amalgam of desired traits from various sources. How arrogant can you be? The man is completely egomaniacal. Just another reason I had to get away from him.
Thanks for your time, Miranda. I'll talk to you later.
Anytime, Commander.
I really didn't like Miranda when we first met her. It was really cool to see the crew members starting to open up.
Another colony's gone missing.
Ferris Fields, I heard. That's not far from New Canton. Did your family get back to Earth?
Not yet.
Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship.
I took the wrong door, okay?
Garrus put some crazy tech into the main guns. It's almost doubled their power draw.
They seem pretty wicked.
Indeed. Don't worry. A few tweaks to the forward capacitors, and the balance is back in line.
I'm trying to make sense of their accents.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Carry on.
Will do, Commander.
Hey, don't touch. That rifle's older than you are. I call her Jessie. That's my lucky charm. More men have been killed with that gun than died in the Skillian Blitz. The day I laid her to rest was the saddest day of my life. I give up every weapon I own for one more mission with that shitty old rifle. Oh yeah, that's a model of the Verican. Turian frigate. Hell of a ship. I led a mission to bring that thing down from the inside with just 5 men and whatever guns we could bring. No chance of success, but we did it. Everyone died but me. So I made out like a bandit. My first impossible mission as an independent contractor. There's been many since, but nothing so goddamn sweet as watching that Turian warship crash planet-side. Thinking about past missions. Got a minute? You might learn something. So you knew Archangel from before? Interesting. Knew a lot of men taking jobs to kill the son of a bitch. I never saw the point. He and I wanted the same thing. A whole lot of mercs dead. Hell of a sniper, though. And he kept himself alive with all the mercs in Omega after him. That ain't easy. I was trying to remember how many Cerberus operatives I've killed. Lost track around 50. Guess your elusive man's big on forgiveness. I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard. I should let you go. Talk more later, Shepard.
You don't really get proper dialogue with him. It just seems like a side character.
Beauty, isn't it? Pried that off the Krogan warlord, Kazak. used to run the Blood Pack out of Omega about 17 years ago. Wasn't even a job. The guy just thought he'd hijack a freighter I was hitchhiking on. Big mistake. I goaded Kazak into one-on-one combat. Took out his legs, grabbed his gun, and killed every Blood Pack bastard in the room. That was the most beaten Krogan I've ever seen. Kept a helmet to remind me of that pained expression.
Yes, the Krogan should be here. Oh, cargo.
The subject is stable, Shepard. Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
What can you tell me about this guy? Anything unusual?
The subject is an exceptional example of the Krogan species, with fully formed primary, secondary, and tertiary organs where applicable. No defects of any kind, aside from the genetic markers of the genophage present in all Krogan. I cannot judge mental functioning.
Can he see anything in there? Does he know where he is?
Unlikely. Current neural patterns indicate minimal cognition. Barring ship-wide power loss, the nutrients in the tank could sustain him for over a year.
Any idea how dangerous this guy is?
He is a Krogan, Shepard. If you were asking whether he is actively hostile, I don't have the necessary data to answer. Okeer's technology could impart data, not methods of thinking. The subject may know of his views, but would not necessarily share them.
Well, let's go for it.
Stand by. I'm gonna open the tank and let him out.
Cerberus protocol is very clear regarding untested alien technology.
He's either a powerful addition to the crew or a time bomb. I'd rather deal with it now.
Very well, Shepard. The controls are online. The switch and consequences are yours.
Holy fuck.
Human. Male. Before you die, I need a name.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Normandy.
Not your name. Mine. I'm trained. I know things. But the tank, Okeer couldn't implant connection. His words are hollow. Warlord, Legacy, Grunt. Grunt was among the last. It has no meaning. It'll do. I am Grunt. If you are worthy of your command, prove your strength and try to destroy me.
Why do you want me to try to kill you?
Want? I do what I'm meant to. Fight and reveal the strongest. Nothing in the tank ever asked what I want. I feel nothing for Okeer's clan or his enemies. That imprint failed. He has failed. Without a reason that's mine, one fight is as good as any other. Might as well start with you.
I took you and I released you. Follow my command and you'll have purpose.
Nothing in the tank imprints indicated humans could be so forceful. You command as though you've earned it.
My enemies threaten galaxies. Everyone on my ship has earned their place.
That's acceptable. I'll fight for you.
I'm glad you saw reason.
Huh? Offer one hand, but arm the other. Wise Shepard. If I find a clan, if I find what I want, I will be honored to eventually pit them against you.
Lovely guy.
Shepard.
What are your thoughts about our mission?
I fight. Doesn't matter who for.
Did Okeer give you any imprints about the Collectors?
I see blurry ships, guesswork about strength. Nothing to help pick a weak spot and tear. Okeer spent all his time on old hatreds. Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
Did Okeer give you any imprints about
I
the
see
Collectors?
blurry. Whatever he had, it was used up when he made me.
What do you think about the crew?
Good bunch if they stay out of my way. Dead bunch if they don't. Train them good if you want to take on Collectors. Some of these aliens are too smooth.
Anything in your tank imprints that can make use of the resources we found?
Might have something I could put together. Don't know how useful it will be.
Ooh, SMG piercing. Headshot damage. Duration. A more heavy shotgun. Okay, no ship upgrades.
So I should keep this crap around? Don't let it pile up. I live down here.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
Humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Shepard, I see you awakened Okeer's Krogan. Dangerous decision, but you've got free reign on this operation. If you're certain he'll be a useful member of the team, you've got my support. We need every weapon we can get in this battle. If this Grant proves unreliable and has to be put down, don't lose the body. He's based at least partially on Collector technology and could offer useful genetic data. But again, you are in charge.